Hey, my guys, I was here some days back. I told you you buy your own food. You thought I was joking. When I spoke about withdrawing all the cash from the system and investing in gold and piece of land and build a bunker, you thought I was joking. Putin right now is running mad. The world, particularly the Western world, has put him off from the SWIFT banking system, the telecommunication infrastructure that allows different networks of the banking system and the servers to exchange information on database and transactions. But he doesn't need that one. He has been having his own ways of doing business. You cannot surprise him with that. He is far much advanced than you may think. Putin knows these things. Yeah, I spoke about this and I'll keep on talking about it because it's a reality on the ground. Putin got a reason why he's fighting in Ukraine, and the West knows very well. Putin is one of the longest serving world leader. Right now he is dealing with totally different people in different parts of the world in leadership of the G7 and G20 and the global economic powers. What he is doing now, it is started with the President Bush in 2000. Even I think in Clinton administration, he had this narrative. He was the president, remember? And then he stopped being the president. Dmitry became the president. Putin became the prime minister for another 7 years. Then he changed the constitution. Now he's a live president. This agenda is not something he started yesterday. It's not even Crimea. It's back in early 20,000. And Putin, up to date, he is still having that mentality of KGB, the Russian secret agency. He has that mentality. He has not changed. There's no democracy in him. And he still believes Soviet was unfair again, dismantling the Soviet, and he wants to claim it back. Now he's running mad. He has the nuclears, and he has hypersonics weapons. Weapons Americans, they don't have. Even Britain don't have. Even NATO, they don't have those weapons, and they are able to carry warheads. What can you tell such a juggernaut? Nothing. Nothing. The next big thing he has is a cyber army. In Russia, cyber skills, how to hack the infrastructures, is a course. Is a legitimate, authentic course. It's one of their human resources. They have the IT army. They can hack into any server, any system, any infrastructure in the world and disable it or steal the information they want. And because we cannot do anything, we have to bow down. That is Russia for you. That is Russia for you. You cannot change. You cannot maim. He went on the media the other day and he said, if you think you can interfere with Ukraine crisis, you as European or as NATO, I'll teach you a lesson of a history you have never experienced before. Here, right here. What does that mean? Think twice about it. He also spoke about cyber attacks, power grids coming to a standstill, no communication, nothing, no secret network, nothing. You can't send money on the phone, you can't retrieve anything, you can't see the media, social media shut down. He has the capacity to do this. That is Putin for you. That is Putin for you. Ukraine crisis is a big, broad picture. Once he gets Ukraine under his cover, he will go for Slovakia, Estonia, and Poland, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan. He has the capacity. War needs money, and money is generated by infrastructure you have. Putin got oil. He's not buying oil to fight. He's generating it and creating subsidy for it to be directed to fight. He is manufacturing ammunitions in his own country. He is not importing any ammunition, so he doesn't even need to send money somewhere to get ammunition. He has got his own secret technologies. He doesn't need to borrow anybody infrastructure to do missile defense system. What can you tell such a juggernaut? Do you think you can? Nothing. It's either the West go on the negotiating table and discuss openly with him what's to be done. Not only those technological advancement and military mightiness and global politics. Russia feeds the world. Russia doesn't experience famine. Russia grows wheat, the most utilized staple commodity worldwide. Every single bread you eat, it's most likely probably 30% of the wheat used to make that bread is imported from Russia. Pharmaceutical industries. Putin got everything right. He said on the media, we will make everyone a victim of radioactive if things continues going the way we want them to. That makes the world leaders to go back on the drawing board and ask themselves so many questions. Can he go on the media and utter such utterances? Doesn't he know that they are dangerous? He is not mad. Putin got backup. Business community in Moscow is backing him up. Political class in Moscow backing him up. The generals and the tech companies, they want to drive profits. And China, in case of anything, is behind his back. Because China will need his hand when it comes to taking Taiwan. What Putin has done is to shake the global political arena. He has created poverty for everyone. Not only for his people, but for the rest of the world. Before the sanction starts to bite, Putin will unleash the Saturn missile, the hydrogen bomb to Europe. Let him be provoked. He's the senior superintendent commander of the Russian army. In Russia, as a soldier, you don't say no. You don't surrender. And Putin doesn't believe in bringing back dead bodies back home to Moscow to bury. He doesn't have place to bury dead bodies. Every single bunch of battalion released by Moscow, it is accompanied by what you call mobile crematorium systems. Once you die as a soldier or serving military of Russia, they put your body inside crematorium mobile chamber. They incarnate your body. They annihilate it. Not to give the residue as ash and be sent back to the family back home. You become a vaporized thin air. You go out back to the air. They don't have space for ash. That is Russian military. So they hide the casualties. You can't know how many of them they have died. They might have casualties, but it's only the government knows how many of them died. civil rights groups doesn't exist in Russia. What has happened is a provocation of Putin by the West. Ukraine, historically, is a Slavic nation. They're the one people with Russia. They share the same culture. And when you put a Jewish president to tilt the country's theories and philosophies towards the NATO and European Union, do you think the Bule will allow this to happen? He can't. He can't. This is my own opinion, not your opinion. Watch Putin. And as you watch Putin, at the back of your mind, know that things are going to be very, very expensive. Expect to wake up one day and find there's no food. Expect to wake up one day and you find yourself in an environment that is heavily polluted with radioactives. Expect one day to wake up and find you don't see the people you know. You're in a strange world because Putin has that capacity. He's a gong and Magong. Preparation for the Armageddon war that is coming. I've spoken this several times. I've spoken about it. We need to watch out. This is not the time to say, I want to do advancement in all what I know. That is the past. Chinese, they have been humiliated by the America for the last 5 years. Since the Trump took over, what finally happened? Wuhan stuff got to hit the world. Look at the confusion we have been facing. Thereafter, Putin unleashes the dragon from the north, creating more poverty. And on top of that, this war is not for Ukraine alone. It's a war that will continue worldwide, especially Europe. I'm not scaring you. I'm telling you the truth. And the truth is not something to joke around with. Once you watch this video, go back to your economic and political and social and spiritual drawing board. Ask yourself so many questions. Why is it happening? Is it a prophecy? Yes, it is. The king will come from the north. Russia. The confrontation is going on. Don't just watch this video and walk away. Subscribe to this channel. And you go through all the past videos and see what I have spoken about. Once you see what I have spoken about, make a judgment, a conclusion. It's happening, folks. It is happening. Russia in military technologies, it's far much ahead of any other nation on this earth. It's the second largest nuclear developer. From energy production to utilities, research and institution, and military and satellite communication nanotechnologies, it's number 2. Most of the Russian companies, they are the ones that are doing consulting in America. And Biden administration knows this. Chinese satellite technologies, we are poaching them from Russia. Missile defense systems, they are getting it from Russia. Submarine technologies from Russia. Can America allow Russians to put nuclear weapons near Mexico or Canada? Just a question I'm asking. Can they allow? So why do they want to put nuclear in Ukraine? They have them in Poland, Estonia, and Germany. Now they want to put them in Ukraine. Putin will die for that. And the moment he realizes that he's losing, he's gonna release the warheads. And everybody gonna taste the radioactive, man, nigga. With the shit I'm talking about here every day, you just assume I'm doing nothing. I'm not talking anything that's making sense. Go through my videos one by one. You'll know what I'm talking about. There's no joke here. When I say you get a farm, you farm your own food, I have the reason why I'm saying so. When I say you buy your own water filtration system, you have a borehole, I know what I'm talking about. All these dams, they're going to be poisoned with the radioactives. Pollution is going to take place. When you farm your own food, you control what you eat. But when you don't, you get an appetite for things you don't know how they were manufactured. I've been talking about this now and then, and people think I'm joking. I'm here to speak the truth, and that is why I don't have a shirt. I'm like this because I'm speaking the naked truth. And this is my own opinion. This is not YouTube opinion. It's my own opinion. Hit that subscription button, like and share this video, download and contact me through my email address. It's down there. This is a movement. It is a movement. And this movement did not start yesterday. It has been going on for quite some time. Putin is not a mad dog. He is provoked. He has been patient. He has been patient. I'm not here to advocate that invading other people's sovereign states is something good. I'm trying to highlight on the reason why Putin is going to fight. And I'm not boring anybody. It's my own opinion. The reason why he's going to fight is because he doesn't want NATO infrastructure, NATO warheads in his backyard. In a country that has the same heritage with his. This one he will not allow. No matter how many people die, no matter how many people protest, no matter how many sanctions they're going to put on him, this will not happen. He is determined. Yes, he knows he has cleared poverty, but it's back to the Soviet, where the state has to feed you, you have to work for the state, and this, he knows it will bring results. It's not what you think. It's not what you used to know. We are in another unprecedented time. When the summit of 2019 failed, it was not implemented. Putin had to go to Crimea on 2014. After 2014, Putin had to go 2022 because NATO is becoming too much, and that is why Putin is respected for his opinions. He saw this military colonization and blockade escalations. He saw them. He cannot allow this to happen behind his yard. No. 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 This is unprecedented times. He himself, he opened his mouth and said, I have nuclear bombs. If you dare interfere with what is happening in Ukraine, I will unleash historical catastrophe. European Union now has only French army, one of the strongest army in Europe. Britain is on its own, is no longer a member of the European Union. It's no longer a member. It's no longer a member of the European Union. The next thing going to happen between Xi Jinping and Russia is to open the borders and have a collateral agreement whereby people can work and interact freely from both countries. That is the end of Europe. That's the end of America. If Russians can work in Beijing without work permit or requirements, that's the end of it. Russia doesn't need you. You need Russia. You need Russia. You need Russia. 70% of the medical electronic equipment, they have Russian technology inbuilt worldwide. Aviation industries, particularly military, they have Russians hardwares. Even artilleries. So you're pushing sanctions to such states. You want them to do what? And they are depending on Russia. Sanctions will suck you alone. Putin will not fail. Don't expect him to fail. He's a strong leader. Go back to your drawing board and see where you went wrong. The greatest sin committed by NATO was to try to bring Ukraine to NATO territory, thinking Putin doesn't have technology or ability to stop this. You'll face the music. You'll face the music.